If you're working for a Japanese company or working with Japanese people, you probably want to speak more Japanese and perform better at your workplace, but just don't know how to do that. You might be thinking, I'm a foreigner anyway, and not doing anything about it. But guys, after working with more than 100 people over the course of 5 years, I can confidently tell you that there's a way for you to improve your status at work. If this is what you've been dreaming about, keep watching, because in under 10 minutes, I'm going to teach you 3 office phrases that you should be using by now if you want to be respected at work by Japanese people. If this is your first time here, my name is Seannarron and I work as an interpreter in a Japanese company here in Japan. And on YouTube, I teach foreigners like you who want to succeed at a Japanese workplace, the language and also Japanese manners. Okay, so let's talk about our first phrase, all right? But before we start, let me ask you a question. What do you usually say when you see a Japanese person at your workplace? Think about it, guys. I think most people just nod and say, "Otsukaresama desu." When you're passing by, when you see some, one of your coworkers, you should probably just say, "Otsukaresama desu." Great word, but that's just not enough to get people to trust you. And how do people trust you? They start considering you when you speak at least some Japanese, at least a little bit of Japanese. So after saying "Otsukaresama desu," I want you to add something. I want you to add "Junchou desu ka? Shigoto wa junchou desu ka?" This makes you sound more professional and educated. With this, it'll make the conversation real and less fake, if you know what I mean. They might open up and say that what they're struggling with. They might tell you what they're struggling with, or that they just had a meeting, for instance, right? If they trust you enough, they may invite you to that next meeting in the future. You never know. One of my clients told me just yesterday that at his workplace, using these small talk skills, if you know what I mean, was super crucial to getting his promotion at work. So by using these phrases, he actually got promotions, a promotion at work. So it's pretty good. All right, let's move on to our second word. So when Japanese people look busy, you probably didn't even care about it until now. But guys, don't worry. Most people in your situation are like that, and I understand. But here's what I want you to say when you see someone who's busy. Okay, maybe it's your coworker or it's your boss. I want you to say, "Taihen sou desu ne." "Taihen sou desu ne," and see your coworker's reaction. In Japanese business culture, we appreciate it when people check on each other. So not only business culture, but when you're in the office, when you're at work, we appreciate this. So we call this koekake or mendomi. In Western culture, you may not need to care about your coworkers too much because they're not quote unquote your friend, right? But in Japan, you need that extra action to get people to trust you. So if you want other people to trust you, you need to go do that, right? Do the koekake and mendomi. Just be considerate, be a good person at work. Whatever you're doing at home, like the good things that you're doing at home, you should do at your workplace, right? So if you're checking on your wife, checking on your kids, you probably should do that with your coworkers too, right? And in order for them to like you and consider you, you have to start being considerate to them. You always gotta start first. You can wait 10 years wondering why you're not getting promoted, or do these things that I'm talking about right now and start today and get results sooner. All right, we're gonna talk about our third phrase. So whenever you want to ask something, whether it's your boss or a coworker, you don't wanna just start talking about your problem, okay? You should always say something like, "May I ask you a question?" before start talking about it. So, and guys, when I say this, you might be thinking, yeah, of course, why are you talking about this? But I'll tell you why in a bit, why it's especially important in Japanese culture, right? But the word is "kiite mo ii desu ka?" Sumimasen, "kiite mo ii desu ka?" And the reason why we do this, in Japan is that because we're taught to stop whenever, whatever you're doing when your coworkers or subordinates need your help. So I'll say it again. In Japan, we're taught, in school and all that, throughout our education and at work as well, the first year of work, we're taught that whenever someone needs your help, you're gonna have to stop whatever you're doing, okay? In the West, you can tell them to come back later. Like if you're busy right now, you can tell them. In general, I was in North America for a while. I used to tell people to come back later when I'm busy. In Japan, it's considered rude to do so, and people think it's nice to stop when someone needs help. Right? So if your boss is busy and you want to ask him or he or she for help, you better say "Kiite mo ii desu ka?" So those were kind of 3 words that the bare minimum that I wanted you to know in order to have start having a connection, a deeper a good relationship at work. And in the future, this might lead to a promotion, right? You may first be tasked, people might ask you favors. If the amount of favors that you're being asked increases, that's already a win. And guys, I know it feels like there's a lot of work to do, and yes, there is. Guys, I understand. If you can do this all alone, I'm rooting for your success. But if you feel like you want my help through some kind of training, I do have a training program, so you can submit an application form that I'll put below for us to just have a quick chat. But anyways, guys, I hope you already feel that, after watching this video, that there's a way out of your situation and that you can work towards getting that promotion at work or gain respect while working with Japanese people. If this video helped you, please share it with your friends and family because I hope to see more happy faces in the future. Thanks for letting me serve you on YouTube like this, and I'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye.